I'm Dr. Timothy Brown. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I'm a National Board Certified Music Teacher. I'm a member of the Denver Classroom Teachers Association. My CEA Ambassador Fellowship project, Arts Are Education, is around creating equity among academic disciplines. It continues previous work I've done in this area, including authoring a 2015 CEA resolution addressing student load in art, music, physical education, dance, and drama. It also continues my project from the 2019-20 Teacher Leadership Institute on self-advocacy for music teachers. However, the work requires larger systemic shifts. It is these larger shifts that comprise the core of my project. Colorado currently has only a single unit of arts as a requirement for high school graduation. Nothing else is required at any level K-12. My project seeks to change that. My goals in this work are to help students and the profession by fostering value of all academic disciplines and occupations. Having additional contact time will allow students to learn more about music. Parity of contact time will help balance the marginalization of my discipline that has happened as part of the current educational structure. It will also help the teaching profession as student loads become more manageable. It will help the music profession, whether students pursue performing careers, compose their own music, play or sing in community organizations, attend concerts, and listen to recordings. What I tried to do was use a multifaceted approach. One thing I did was to gather information from other states about the amount of contact time that students are expected to have in music. I shared this with various leaders. I met with people at local and state levels. This included local union presidents, teachers in my own and other districts, and a school board member. I met with elected leaders from my district where I live and the districts in which both of my schools are located. I tried to affect change from within by applying to serve on the Colorado Music Standards Review Committee, but I was not selected. I also tried to connect with professional music education organizations. What actually happened is that the pandemic continued for the entire school year. I met with local leaders, though, from DCTA, LEA, Cherry Creek, Jefferson County, and others. And I also met with the Denver Public Schools Board of Education member, hoping that we could get local change, if not statewide change. And I attended Saturday meetings of 2 different districts of House Democrats, in addition to the State Board of Education. I met with Senator Robert Rodriguez twice, and in addition, he came to one of my music classes online. I met with Representative Emily Siro twice, Representative Lantine, Representative Garnett's aide, and twice with State Treasurer Dave Young. I promoted using an advocacy toolkit from an arts education group on Facebook. And I also attended a weekend webinar on organizing for the common good and gained some tools for building relationships and networking. I realized that this work would be stronger if done by more than one person, and that there were certain common issues shared with some other academic disciplines. So I formed, whoops, I'm gonna slide off. So I formed the Arts, Physical, and Vocational Education Caucus inside CEA and the new Library, Art, Media, Physical Education, Dance, and Drama Caucus inside my local. So what I learned as a leader was that changing requirements for an academic discipline statewide will require the work of more than one individual. It will take many people, organizations, and time. I learned, though, that this advocacy work is worthwhile and important. This was clear when a student in the class that Senator Rodriguez visited wondered if he was the one in charge of giving them more music time. I also learned that it can be frustrating when leaders do not respond. Some did not return phone calls or emails. One takeaway is to be persistent. Another takeaway is to work for electing responsive leaders. I learned that there are common issues across school districts and across certain other disciplines. People can work together like the notes of a scale to across boundaries for the common good. And I learned that there needs to be greater advocacy work and organizational work done to make change at the state level. In the future, I plan for both my local and state caucuses to become more active and to inform DCTA and CEA leadership of issues and impacts on students and educators alike. I would also like to see if outside partnerships can be developed, and I'd like to explore the possibility of creating a new business item for the CEA for next year's delegate assembly to strategize advocating for academic parity. In the future, I would also like to see the elimination of TABOR, and I'd like to extend my thanks to my fellow music teacher and coach, Jill Connell, and thank you for your time.